Hi, welcome to my channel, The Machine Learning Engineer. Today we continue with the series of videos I'm doing about Microsoft Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning, and today we are going to cover how to manage and create topics in Copilot Studio. Topics are the way that Copilot had to manage the conversation in between the user and the agent and allow us to personalize how the agent is going to behave depending of the conversation and the context of this process where when interacting with any user. Um, every time that we do an interaction, not only let's think in our interactions with an agent, a conventional agent, a person, we start the conversation with a greeting and saying what do you need, and depending on what we explain to the agent, this human is going to react or asking new questions to understand correctly the problem, or looking into a database to find your order or to find your invoice or to find a flight, depending on what we ask to the agent will react or do a different number of actions depending on the context of the conversation and how we are driving this. Here is exactly the same. And we prepare our agent to be ready to act or do some specific actions when the user is asking for specific topics. And this way we can personalize exactly when the context is going in this direction, you need to go, for example, to this database, retrieve some information, and use this information to answer the user correctly. We can do everything that is possible to do with Copilot, either to run a different path or create a new branch of the conversation, connect to the database, run a flow. Again, whatever is possible to do in Copilot, it can be personalized with a topic. The topics are essentially a way how we Copilot understand via natural language what are the intentions or the wills of the user that is interacting with. Okay, let me start and let me find. As usual, I have not today. I have not created an output. I created a couple of examples that later on, well, you can review. Obviously, you need Copilot Studio in your environment to do something similar to what you will see here. I had created one to drive the main example, and then on we will see some others that I have in here, Copilot multiple topics. First of all, you need to create an agent, get a name, whatever, with your description, instructions. You want to add knowledge here, if not, you can do it later, your main language, etc. Create it, and then on, once you have this, you essentially, it's taking some seconds. Okay, you can go to topics, and here it's taking a while. Okay, so you get some default topics which are triggered under different circumstances. This is the way that this trigger is gonna be. So this topic is gonna be triggered depending on which circumstances. For example, here, well, let's delete these topics that you every agent has are simple topic, delete it. They are simply that's probably I choose something that is, well, it doesn't really matter. This I'm not going to use this. We will use the one I have created. Just delete these three: lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3. We can cover this in the other agent. Again, there is topics which are triggered based on the, well, this is when conversation starts, when there is not clear what are the intention of the user coming from another topic. This is an event of redirection, etc., etc., etc. Phrases is the most typical, and then on is the way that we are gonna create the new ones, the custom ones. On select, here is, for example, when multiple topics can be. You have multiple branches of the that you have personalized to drive your conversation, and the agent is not exactly clear which topics to use. It will present you a selection in the box, in this box, where you are driving the conversation, and you will choose one. And again, different. This is the ones that comes by default with the system, and then on we are going to create now custom ones. So this is the one I'm going to delete. This is the one I just created, and you can delete anytime. Copilot test, delete agent. Okay. Now let's enter in this one. Is the one I just created yesterday for when I record the video for the Spanish community. And oh, come on, sometimes it's not fully dry. Okay, so here I already upload some knowledge related to the PYM library. The PYM is a library to create environments in Python, create and manage environment in Python. We will do a topic regarding this, and you will understand how this works. Here we go. You can do with whatever you please. Let's just unpersonalize this. You will see later as well in the second example how you can create it and connect it to a specific knowledge, and trigger these paths in your conversation when the user is writing specific questions on your in the conversation. So first of all, every time that we start a conversation, is triggered the conversation start. So when you go to the conversation start, you can see here is just simply presenting a message to the user. Hello, I'm going to change this. Hello, hello, I'm your virtual assistant. What can I do for you today? For example, this simply I personalize, and then on when you test your agent, you will receive here the message. Now, obviously, now it's waiting here, and you start the conversation. Right here, this will allow you, when we are testing the topics, we can see how the flow is going from one to the other topic during our conversation. So activate track between topics and the book mode, and then on when later I show you, or you want to review before publish how the agent is behaving and how is driving the conversation, you will see very clearly how the agent is jumping from topic to topic and what it's doing. So now let's create topics, new topics. You have two ways to create topics. This one is assisting the creation with everything that you do in Copilot Studio can be assisted from the on Copilot. The Copilot agent is helping you to create a new topic. Let's do one, for example, speak about PYN. about, for example, council topics. Council information, timetable, services in my council. Depends of the location. So now with this description, depends of the location. Copilot is going to create something, a skeleton, then on obviously you can modify it. We will create later. Okay. Discuss council topics. You can see here that here the model, the agent had already created a different questions which will trigger the agent to this topic, or will redirect the conversation to this topic, and here you will see it will create a question. You will create blah blah blah. So it will redirect. So if this topic is triggered because you write something similar to what you see here in the phrases, that agent will ask you which provide the location. The location will be specified, and here you can specify different locations. For example, let's see here London, and here we can see Paris. You can create a new condition, for example, variable location here. So the location is going to be saved in the variable city. So identify the city. So from your writing, it will identify the city. The agent will identify the city and will place the city in the variable location. The location is identity. You can choose multiple identities. You can choose multiple choice. Use the entire response, a list of variables, predefined types of identities, and you even can create a new one. We will cover this topic in a different video. And here you personalize. If the city is London, here timetable, for example. You can personalize this, obviously. The timetable for services, city, Paris, and here equal to New York. Here you can simply send a message. We will cover this a little bit better. Then let's copy this a little bit better. And for example, service watch management, for example, and service free questions, I don't know, whatever. So here is how we are going to interact. This is a simple branching of the behavior of our agent. When there is a specific question, we redirect the conversation to this topic. Is gonna ask you for the location, and depending what you ask, it will take one of these three cities we have information. If not, it will go to all other conditions we don't have information about that. So every time you can personalize this with new branches, every time that you click in add node, you have option to introduce one of these tags or nodes types, and then on the you have to configure this, and the agent will add according to how you specify here. You can see here, send a message as a question, adaptive card is create a form which later you can use to either populate variables in memory or populate a table in Power Apps on the Dataverse conditions. You see here is just branching and acting depending on what you are sending or what you are writing. Variable management, set variables, clear variables, topic management, go to another topic, claim the end the current topic, end all topics, transfer the conversation to another bot, go to a state. This is inside the same topic. Is going to for example, going to the beginning. You just simply go to the state. You click the beginning of the topic, and that's it. Call an action, a flow in Power Apps, create run a prompt, a specific prompt in natural language, use a skill that you have pre-configured, and then do something, for example, do a calculation or connect to an API, an advanced generative answer sends HTTP request and capture some information, for example, and other like telemetry events. For example, you want to, I don't know, send an event to activate sending an email or something like that, and then on event activity, yeah, you have to change the event depending on the variable, and here what you are gonna do. Let's delete that. We don't need it. Okay, we save it, and now we are gonna test our agent. Okay, so we restart. Before to publish, it's very convenient to test it here. Question about the council. So now we are going to check if the agent, as you can see here, we go to the conversational start when we start the conversation with the agent. Now we ask for something. Let's start for something that is not the same. How to for example, how to forecast the weather. So let's write something that there is not a specific topic for that, and then on we will see how to react. No, now you can see here, but it goes to the conversational boosting. This is a system topic, which essentially when there is no intention, among the topics that you have in your agent is going to this and well answer the question with the information that the model knows from its training, or the knowledge that you had attached or you had added to your agent, but it's not using any specific or personalized topic branch for that. It's just using the one, I don't know what you want, this intention, and then on I use the conversational boosting, which allow me to use the create generative answers. This is using the Copilot agent to to decide how to answer the question, using the knowledge or using the the knowledge that they had inside the own model. Now let's write I want to information, for example, information about my council. And then on, as you can see here, is triggering the topic speak about the council, and then on, sorry, we don't have information. Exactly. Is trying to identify my city. So here the way that is done, we can, it's just simply in the conversation, in the question that you set up, you need to include the city that you want to know. So we didn't include any city, so it goes to this branch, as you can see here. Is the topic is trigger, is trying to get information from your, the question name is please provide your location, try to identify the city. The city is an identity, like the concept of identity is like a city, a person, a telephone number, something like something that is a keyword in your answer, and then on, depending what is detected on your answer, it will react accordingly to that. Dice, my location is London, and then on, yeah, okay, here is clear. It's not now, as you can see, went to the conversational boosting because it's not, we the agent is understanding that we don't want to know, but well, it's just how to say, getting some information from the knowledge that it has. I want to know, let's check, I want information about Paris Council, and then on here, as you can see, provide your location, Paris, and then on, write the correct branch of the topic. Okay, that is pretty much how it works. As you can see, there is quite room to how you can set up the topic and how the agent is going to react. So it has to be quite precise. You can precisely define how the model is or the agent is going to react depending on the conversation that you are driving with it. Sometimes it's not it's complicated to just specifically set up different branches, and for this case, like here we are just asking a question. You can use the own intelligence of the agent, either using the advanced generated answers. This is using the agent to interpret your answers, or overall you can activate for the orchestration the own generative AI. In this case is disabled, but you can activate it, and this way every time it will use topics, but the full orchestration of the agent will be driven by the own the generative AI, the model that we are using for that. Let's write another topic now to see, for example, we are going to create something in blank. So I want, you can set here, written tips, configure, for example, PYM. What is PYN? Install PYN. So you are telling here when how to trigger this branch, information about PYN library. Okay, so you can write as much as you want. For example, they recommend something around 10 classes. You can see 5 to 10 short trigger phrases. Install a command line PYN, etc. Okay, so now we are gonna ask a question. What do you what you want to know? What you about PYM, and then here the identity you will use the entire response, and we will assign this to the variable PYM response. Here now we will use advanced generated answers, and here we are gonna use the knowledge we have attached to our agent. And here the classic data, you can even include here public data, you can even personalize in your SharePoints. Here we just choose to use this specific knowledge to answer your question, but also you can connect to other data that you have in your SharePoint, public websites, and even you have here connections to Azure OpenAI services. You have Power Apps here. You have content, moderation level, latency message, and even some other set element response. And you can as well the answer of your model save it as a variable to be used in a further in a next topic. Oh, sorry. Here we need to use the variable is the topic bar PYN response, and with this go to and use the model answer using the knowledge that I had attached to the topic. You can just choose one of them or multiple, create more for public websites, your Microsoft SharePoint, again, multiple option, custom data, and how you want to moderate the content of this conversation. Here you can choose now what to do. After this, you can just simply topic management, end the conversation, or end the current topic, for example, and it will go practically to the beginning. Speak about PYN. Okay, so this is just to understand where we are. Okay, so now we restart the agent. So as you can see here, we go to the conversational start. Hello. And then how I can forecast the topics. So here is going to the greeting. Now how to forecast the weather is going to the blah blah blah. Is just I don't know what you want. It's going here. Now what is PYN? And then you can see here is asking what I know because I set up this in that way, and now you can see here how it's retrieving information and it's giving you the You can check here which information is using among the commands I have. If you go here, open in the sideboard. Okay, let's check. It doesn't really matter. And then let's go here. 1 second. If you check here, so is the GitHub, is the pym commands, is on our GitHub page. So if now, for example, go to and ask, for example, what is the opening or the time table for New York City Council. Council. And then now about the specific concerns, New York, and then on is taking here. And then, as you can see, you can personalize how the model, what the agent is gonna react depending on what we are doing in our conversation. As you can understand, this is pretty complex. It's the same that the same way that we in the past we were creating conversational chatbots. We had to set up and configure every single branch of the possible conversations that you allow your conversational chatbot to treat or to handle. And then on here we are doing the same. We had the advantage that we are using an AI model, and there is plenty of capabilities to understand the natural language and to understand the context. But essentially we are doing the same. We are configuring our application to react depending of what we are discussing with the model. Once you are happy, you can publish your agent. There is some risks. We will talk about this in a different video, because it's how we publish to the different channels. Is quite extensive to cover. And then now you can go to the channels, and then we are going to publish this on the Microsoft Teams. I think I still have it. Let's disconnect it, and we connect it again. Turn on Teams. So once you click on Teams, you will have turn on Teams. Here we just simply choose edit details. You can change the color of your icon. You change the icon as well. I put this PNG. ML engineer. Here you can do a description, add configuration for multicolority scopes, description of the developer, websites, privacy statement. Is not they put something by default. How you can identify this agent in partner using the partner ID is when you interact with other Microsoft applications. You can use this also to do tracking of what how your agent is being used. Let's imagine that you are collecting some money from the use of your agent. You can use this MPD to verify in the logs how who and how much are consuming your agent. Let's imagine that you are charging to different departments for the information that you are providing with your agent. This is a way to track the use of the agent. Here you can as well set up the configuration, the single sign-on just for Microsoft environment. You save that. You can open the agent. You can see here the availability options as well. Here you copy the link. Is the link to access the agent in Teams. Who is gonna see my agent in Teams? Only to the users that you configure, or to everyone in the organization. Let's check here. I send an invitation. I'm gonna set to this, and then only this person will be able to see my agent. Next step, open the agent. Let's close this. Update. Here you have the information before you. Here the version. As you can see, I did several versions of that. Now I'm gonna update it. Probably I will need to leave test Copilot. This is the one I used yesterday. Let me 1 second. I will log out and log in again. Okay, and now it's done. Let's start the conversation. As you can see here from my previous video, I still had this. I hope hello. How can I help you today? How to forecast stock prediction. How to forecast stock price, for example. Now it's gonna use the model, their own use. Here you have here is quite extensive. I don't know it is really useful, but it's answering something. I want to know the timetable of Paris Council. Oops, Paris Council here is not working exactly well. Information about Paris Council. This exactly Paris Council, and here you get the information. And then what is PYN? No, how to set up PYN, for example, how to set up or how to install PYM, and then how to install it. So obviously, as you can see, there is plenty of the configurations that you can improve. And here you can see as well how you can click on the location, and here is getting you the page to you review or go deep on the information. And then this is pretty simple way to configure or drive the conversation with your agent. Obviously, we here just simply scratch the surface. There is many things that we can do. We will be covering this in next videos, and increasing the complexity of what we are doing. I have created as well a second. For example, this is more connected with some stuff I'm doing. You probably know I speak about that multiple times. I'm working with some doctors to do a rack component which help them to do their job in forensic medicine. And then here I'm trying to create something that allow me to let's set that here. To interact with multiple users and, for example, use the information about different topics that I had set that in the a SharePoint, and then on, depending on my conversation, simply direct the conversation to the correct hello. Now we are gonna start the topic, and then on, for example, you can see here the model is asking me speak about Copilot, speak about forensic medicine, speak about legal topics. None of them. We can do none of them. I'm sorry. Can you refreshing what is how I can predict, for example, how I can predict stocks price. I don't know if here I'm still building that, but we can check a little bit now how it works. Is looking into its own knowledge, or also in the knowledge that I have attached. Still thinking, but it's gonna ask, no worries. Here we have, and then I want to speak about generative AI, and then on here is asking me, is because I had the questions configured in Spanish. What is glue, or what is glue? Now is going to retrieve information about glue. Let me show you this. I think I have it here. In generative AI, I had glue, a document of glue. I had less later on about other questions. Let's check here. It's asking me where. Let's check which glue. Performing analysis, etc. Here still I'm still trying to fine tune this, because there is a lot of it's much more complex, a lot of branches, how we can interconnect or jump from one topic to another topic. Is still not finished, but you can see the power of how you can connect, go or drive the conversation to a different branch using different knowledge. And then now let's talk about forensic medicine. Well, medicine it's ready. It's more configured to speak in to drive the conversations in Spanish, but well, let's use this. Maybe I think that you can get a grasp of what's sure. It's here is not entering in the correct topic, because I'm speaking about hablar sobre la salud. I'm speaking now in Spanish. Okay, now the model react. I want to speak about medicina forense. He is asking me in Spanish. I'm going to ask something, for example, what is a heart attack, or what is the positive response in English. So, what positive factor had returning to your job after an heart attack or heart arrest? And now it's looking in the correct information. And as you can see here, it's using this document, which is part of the knowledge in Spanish I provide to the model. Okay, that's pretty much here. Again, this is still on construction, but yeah, you can get an idea, a very clear idea of what we can do with topics. Is really impressive. We will be covering this in a more complex scenarios, connecting to different technologies available in our 365 account, and also other technologies like cognitive service or AI service in Azure. All this stuff we will be covering step by step, because the topic is, as you can see, quite extensive, quite complex, but at the same time allow us or have such power which allow us to create something really, really extraordinary to interact with AI, with our data, with different applications, and create agents that really can help and improve the quality of the job that we are doing in our daily activities or in our job, or whatever thing, for whatever reason that you want to use these agents. And that's pretty much all. Thank you very much for watching the video up to this point. I hope that you find it interesting, useful, interesting, and well, if so, just hit me a like, subscribe to the channel if you are not already subscribed, make comments and share with your friends, with your colleagues, in order to help me to grow in YouTube. Thank you very much, and see you soon.